and what I stand for and why Rotary is so important to me and how I got inspired. Because if you don't understand that, you're not going to be able to let me try to motivate you and try to inspire you. So I wanted to spend that time to let you know I'm as average as they come. What you see is what you get. I'm a hard worker. I love goals in front of me, and I love to strive to reach the goals. And I get a lot of satisfaction on a pat on the back for meeting goals. So that's kind of what I am. That's exactly what I am. So we're going to flash forward. We're going to talk about some things that we need to do as an organization this next year. And first, I'm going to start out with district goals. Now, district goals, you know, and I know that the district doesn't do nothing, right? It's the clubs that do the lifting. We can talk to you about it, and we can try to help you do the things that you need to do, but it's all up to you. So when I say district goals, it's really accumulation of club goals that makes up district goals. There's 3 of them. I like to keep things simple. 1, 2, 3, easy as can be. 1, 2, 3, Rotary. And before we get through with this, you'll know what those 3 goals are, and you'll be able to recite them. And you keep them in the back of your mind as you go through your year and as you go through your committee assignment or whatever you might do in the club, and always focus on what we're really trying to get done. Goal number 1 is we ask that every single member in the club reach out and touch Rotary this year. 1 touch. Now, Michael's saying, what in the world is he talking about? A lot of people, a lot of Rotarians, maybe not you in Bastrop, but a lot of Rotarians and a lot of clubs think and know that Rotary is in the 4 walls of the restaurant where you meet and where you eat, and that's Rotary. But those of you who know better know that Rotary is outside of that building. And Jim, you know that as well as anybody, and Rick, you guys working on that tiny house, you know that Rotary is, you couldn't get that done if you stayed in that meeting room. It's getting out. Now, you have to have meetings. You have to have organization. You have to have training. You got to have planning. You got to have fellowship. And so meetings are necessary. I'm not saying you don't need that, but the only time that you're going to get a member is going to get that feeling about being a Rotarian is outside that meeting. They have to participate in a project or some district events, which there's a lot of those. We missed the district assembly. We had to do that Zoom, although it was a very successful assembly. If I was there, I'd give you one of these cards that save the date, and I guess I'll have to send you some. And it's in February, we're having our foundation gala. It's going to be in Round Rock. And May is our big conference we're having at the new Kalahari Resort in Round Rock. And if y'all haven't seen that, it's a massive, massive undertaking construction. It's going to be open up in January. It's the largest indoor-outdoor water park in the world. They have 1,000 motel rooms, and they have over 400,000 square foot of convention center. It's a destination place, and we're going to be there and having a great time at our conference, and we'll have more news about that later.
Rick, if you can send along files or brochures, I can send it to all our members.
Okay.
Not present today.
I'll do that. I'll send you an electronic one, and then I'll put some in the mail you can have whenever you have your first meeting. You can pass out, and I'll put some pins in as well. We have some theme pins that Rotary opens opportunities, and I'll send you some of those pins as well, so you can.
That'll be good. Yeah, PDF files is ideal for now.
Okay, we'll do that. So 1 touch. When you join an organization, any organization, when you start an endeavor, you're doing it because you have reasons to it. You have reasons in your head, and that's good. That's how you get started. But the only way that you can move those things from your head to your heart, you have to reach out and touch Rotary. Reach out and touch, bring Rotary into you. Touch Rotary, let Rotary touch you. That's 1 touch, okay? Goal number 2, membership. We ask that every club add a minimum of 2 members per club net. So if you lose 4, you need to add 6 so you can net 2. Now, some clubs are going to have to do a lot more than that. Bastrop County is in that category. But across the board, we want to average 2 and for each club. Now, also 2 is 200 new members. We are looking to gain 200 new members in the district. Now, there's 56 clubs. Every club does 2. That's 112. That's 78 short of 200 goal. How are we going to get 78? That's going to be new clubs, new types of clubs, and a push for areas where the population of the county could support more Rotarians than there already are. You'll get more details about that as we go. But we have 5 counties in our district where we have no Rotary clubs, so we've got to fix that. So and there'll be some other different type of clubs in other areas. So the district's going to add 78 clubs are going to add 112. That's 200. How big a jump is that? I mean, how big a goal is that? Some people might say, Rick, you fell off your rocking horse, because 10 of the last 11 years, our district has lost members. 10 of the last 11 years. The 1 year we gained 1. So basically we have lost 11 of 11. We had to turn in our estimates to RI way early, 6 months ago or 8 months ago. And this is before COVID, but we knew that we were going to be losing some members, and we turned in a goal of losing 86 members. We didn't lose 86. We lost 189 members last year. Catastrophic. That's over 5% of the district. It's 7% of the district, and that's catastrophic. So we have got to address that, no doubt about it. And Bastrop, you're going to have to help us big time. And you'll be hearing more about that maybe when we do the board meeting part of it. But 2 members, 200 members for the district, 2 members per club. That's the 2. 1 touch, 2 new members. Goal number 3. We want to average across the district $300 per capita in annual fund giving. Now, does that mean that we think that every member is going to give $300? No, not at all. That's not going to happen. We're going to have some that's under, and we're going to have some that's over. But we want to average $300 per capita. Last year we averaged 286. We were on a path to go over 300. COVID hit, giving dropped off. We ended at 286. You know what Bastrop's per capita was? 480. Congratulations. Y'all did a fantastic job. However you did it, remember how you did it and try to do it again. You did a great job. And
That's Mike Helmick.
Well, whoever, and 1 year it's Mike, next year it can be somebody else, next year. That's how this works. Okay. So you did a fantastic, but year before that, you were at 224, which is extremely, that was close, that's great. So you've always been a good giving club. You're very generous, and we so appreciate that. And we just have to keep that up. But we're gonna be talking this year about, when we report, we're gonna be talking about per capita gain. In years past, we always talked about, and Michael, you've heard this before, where, you had Jim's year. And Jim's year was able to beat Jerry's year, but Jerry couldn't beat Rick Price's year. But they beat, and it's, to the average Rotarian on the street, that doesn't mean a whole lot. That's more of a district type comparison when we talk in big numbers for the year. But if you look at per capita, that's personal. I mean, you should be able to relate to $300 per capita average. So if I'm going to be a little bit short, hopefully somebody's going to go over, or if I can go over, maybe that'll help somebody else that can't get there. So we're going to be talking about those numbers. And if we do $300 per capita, we'll be doing great. And that's annual fund giving. Plus, we still need you to do polio. And I don't have your goal for polio plus. I forgot what that was, but I'm sure it was, you did $1,000 last year, so I'm sure your goal was similar to that. So one touch, 2 new members, $300 per capita. 1, 2, 3, easy as can be. 1, 2, 3, Rotary. The other thing that is what I call one of the pathways for success is, and what's a general description of a successful club? I mean, what should you strive for? Yeah, you need to try to strive for the goals we talk about and that sort of thing. But to me, the one thing that clubs need to strive for is relevancy, to be relevant in Bastrop County, to be relevant in Bastrop. And if you can do that, you are doing all the right things. Now, what is being relevant? That's a different definition for different folks. But when people think of the movers and shakers within the service organizations of Bastrop County, they need to think about Rotary. They need to think about your club. When they see your sign somewhere, they say, "Oh yeah, Rotary. I know what that is. I know what they do. That's a good group." That's being relevant in your area. Now, there's a lot of ways, a lot of steps to get there. You have to earn it, and then you got to tell the world about it so that you can help them understand you as being more relevant. And we had that kind of conversation really before the meeting started, is letting people know the great things that you do. And you guys do a lot of things, but you gotta let people know. And your goal is to become relevant. And once you become relevant, you're going to attract members. And once you attract members, you're going to be able to do better work with the foundation. You're going to be able to have bigger DAP grants. You're going to have more service projects because you're going to have more people on the ground. So it's a funnel going up. Okay. You don't want to be caught in a funnel going down where you're spiraling downward, and you're not. So you just need to remain relevant and work on that. Now, one thing that we ask you to do this year that will help you with this and with membership, is to do a strategic plan. Now, I don't know if y'all have done one in the past. They can be sophisticated. They can be simple. If you haven't done one in a couple of years, a lot of folks, it's an event. They do a strategy and they plan, they put it in a binder, put it on the shelf, and that's where it kind of stays until the next time somebody looking for the strategic plan. We don't work it very much, but take it out, rework it, figure out what Bastrop County wants to be like in 5 years. Where do you want to be in 5 years? And where are you at now? And that's where that they call SWOT analysis, strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats. That's where all that comes in. It helps you see where you want to be and where you are now. And then what do I have to do to get from point A to point B? If I want to get over here, how do I get there? And that's where it helps you develop action items of things that you need to do this year to help you get where you want to be in 3 years or 5 years. So a strategic plan is vitally important. And the good thing about now, you have some time to do that kind of stuff. You're not meeting face to face. It's a good opportunity to maybe have some team meetings to take care of strategic plan. But we have some breathing room right now before you probably kick off the year in earnest with more and other projects. So strategic plan. There's a lot of people that's here to help you. I want to make sure you understand that. You have Beverly, DGE, you have me as DG, you have Shannon, who's going to be the nominee afterwards. But then under that, we have all your assistant governors. Your assistant governors in your club, Susan. So lean on her for information. Larry Jackson is your lieutenant governor. He would be the next point of contact. We have probably 20, I think 26 committee chairs in the district that are knowledgeable, extremely knowledgeable, and able to work with you on their areas of expertise. So if you need special help, special speakers, anything that we can do to help you, you need to call on the district to help you. We're always there for you. And as we need to keep reminding ourselves too, and this is really the beautiful part of Rotary, and it what makes us so special, that we are part of a zone, and there's 34 zones, and that doesn't mean a whole lot. Our zone goes from basically from Colombia up to Canada, up to the central part of the United States. That's our zone. There's 535 districts, so there's 535 district governors out there. There's 33,000 clubs that are in 200 countries. More countries have Rotarians than are in the United Nations. Think about that. 1.2 million members. And you are part of the 1.2, the 33,000, the 535. We are in this together. And it's that connectivity, it's that togetherness that allows us to do great things. The people who invented the polio vaccine it wouldn't have been helpful if they couldn't have an organization or the medical stream, hospitals, doctors, and on through service vaccines. I mean, so it takes people to do great things. Helen Keller, who had more adversity than you can imagine, Helen Keller, she said it like this. She said, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. Now that togetherness is your club works as a unit, our district, hopefully we work in a unit and you're a vital part of that. Rotary International as a unit, and the world as a unit. So with that, have a great year. I can't wait till you start meeting in person. I will be back to visit and enjoy your company and enjoy a good meal and fellowship, and I look forward to that. So I'm here. If you got any questions, fire away. Beverly, thank you so much for attending.
Enjoyed being here.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Rick, which bottom line are you talking about for net increase in membership? What happened in the end of June, or what happened the 1st of July?
The end of the 1st of July.
Okay.
So your official count is 27. Is that what that was your 1st of July count, right? Yeah, 20.
Yeah, Amberly and I talked about what to turn in. I didn't know what she'd actually put in.
Her goal, I forgot, and I just didn't print it off. It's been a very hectic morning, and I was not able to print that off this morning. But you have goals set for for membership for all that, and I don't have it offhand. But your official count is 27. Now, I'm looking at your trend sheet, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, looking at 5 years, and the numbers don't stack up well for us. 49, 40, 33, 31, 27. So you're on if you're graphing it, your slope would be downward, and we have got to reverse that. For you guys, it's got to be something, I think, something significant to maintain your relevancy, to maintain your viability in Bastrop area. we have got to figure out how we get more members. Bastrop County is unique. It's not the only one that's like this, where a lot of people live there, but they don't work there. It's hard to come to meetings, but we can find a ways to get them to belong to Rotary. And you'll be learning more about that as we specifically about it. Did I answer? That was a long answer for a very short question, Michael. And I apologize.
No, but you answered it. Yes.
But you led right into that conversation.
I did. I on purpose. I knew.
Yeah.
What points you could make from it.
No. Anything else, folks?
You mentioned counties which have no Rotary clubs. I assume none of those counties are like adjacent to Bastrop County, are they?
No, but they're not too far away. I mean, if you look out in Lee County, where Buffalo and Centerville is, about Fairfield, that's an area. Robertson County, we don't have, and that's not too far from you, I don't think, and we don't have any clubs there. So Lampasas County, which is over in the west, we don't have any. And then up where north and west of that, Menard in that area, we don't have a club over there. So, but of those 5 counties, only 3 of them are really viable. And that's Robertson, Lee, and Lampasas.
Hopefully we're going to get better about publicizing our club, taking advantage of the local opportunities to toot our horn.
What really not skews the numbers, that's not the right word, affects the numbers. When we look at Bastrop County, not Rotary Club of Bastrop County, but Bastrop County, Texas, when we look at that county and we look at the population and we look at how many Rotarians, your percent is very low, but it wasn't that long ago you had 2 clubs there. And there's 50 members in that club. And when that went away, we don't know exactly, but I don't think many of those people rejoined anything. So the county took a big hit when they basically lost 50 or 45 Rotarians, and we haven't been able to get that going back again. Does that mean that we need another club there? I don't know. That would be up to you guys really to kind of answer that question. But and there's other ways to grow without starting new clubs. That's obviously a good way.
Better job of outreach to those guys who disappeared.
Yeah, but that was a big hit for that was an unusual circumstance when that club closed in it, and we've got to figure out how to remedy that. And y'all can,
Rick,
you can.
If I may,
Yes, sir, Mike.
and
Yes,
Beverly, we really appreciate y'all coming. We appreciate you serving the district and all the clubs in the district. I'm going to tell you a few things that you're probably not going to want to hear. We know we've struggled. We've known that we've been on a downward slope, and it hurts. If you've been in Rotary for a long time and you see your club diminish, it hurts because you feel like you're losing friends, you're losing not respect so much as just the awareness of people that used to always know you as being a Rotarian or knowing what your club does. And those are things that are very, very important to us. We take those things personally. Now I'm going to give you a little shot, and forgive me for this, but I could recite what district governors have brought to us every year when they meet with us. There's 3 goals, and 2 of them have to do with membership increases and increase foundation giving. You know, we know those things. We know that we're supposed to do those things. And we know they're important. We know we have to get there before we have a successful club. But, you know, there's some point where it's got to be a little more hands-on or a little more direct than setting out goals from 10,000 feet saying, you know, you got to increase members, you got to increase your giving. Because we're at a point now where the quality of what we're doing isn't sufficient to stimulate new members. It's not sufficient to have great attendance. And that is not a reflection on any of the leaders in our club. These are people that are trying hard. They want to do the right things. They try to be involved. But I tell you what, going to a district meeting sometimes helps, sometimes it doesn't. And when a leader is trying to make a decision about whether I spend my time at home trying to help my local club or working on a project or trying to develop a new young member or going to a district function, we're probably not going to go to the district functions. So anyway, I've been in Rotary. I would bet, I know I've been in Rotary longer than you have, Rick. I don't know about you, Beverly. But, you know, I know what it's like. You go through these ups and downs, and I'll say, I think we need some help. I don't know what it is, but I think we need some help. It's hard for our Susan, our assistant governor, to jump in and do a lot because she's been a member of this club for a long time too, and probably in some ways suffers from some of the same apathies that some of our other older members do. Let
me address that, because you bring up some good points, and you're right. It's easy for us to sit here and say a goal for you, but let me tell you what you're not seeing yet is that we established an ad hoc committee. It's called the Membership Growth Strategy Team, that we are trying to figure out how we're going to grow the 200. And we've identified specific areas. We've identified the counties where we knew clubs. Now this team, we've got about 12 people on there. A lot of them are past district governor, a lot of them are AGs, some are past membership chairs. They are the ones that know as much about membership growth as anybody in our district. Plus we have some people from zone that have joined us recently as part of our membership team. And so we're identifying those areas, and we are putting assets, we're putting people, we are putting time and money to addressing those opportunities. One of them is Bastrop County, and I'll be honest with you, but we have some specific ideas that you and we working together we can implement to help you. Now, you're right. It's club that you have to do, but I'm telling you that whatever we did in the past, you can multiply that times 5 or 6 what we're willing to do to help you in the future. Whether it's with electronic stuff, it's media things that we can do. Whether it's some surveys, whether it's some assembly. I mean, kind of the sky's the limit. But this committee we're going to have certain people that are focused strictly on helping you, and that's all they're going to be. They're not going to be working on the other areas. We have enough people that's going to work on these specific areas. Some are going to be working on land passes. Some are going to be working on passport club in the western part of the district, a passport club in the southern part of the district. So we have specific things for specific people to do. We are in, the most important thing we can do from Rotary standpoint is support the foundation. You're right. A district governor is never going to have a meeting that he doesn't talk about the foundation. That's the backbone of everything we need to do, and that is the most important. But I'll tell you this, the most urgent thing we have to do is address the membership, not only in Bastrop, but in everywhere else. So yeah, we're going to be preaching on that, but we are willing to put our we're going to give assets to it, time, energy, and whatever we can do to help you make that happen.
One of the
So yeah,
things
it's the same old story, but it's a new version of the same old story. Okay, that's the point I want you to understand, Mike. That we're not just going to throw that goal out and leave you to the wolves. That's not going to happen.
one of the things that I think will be helpful is to increase our visibility in the community. Right now, we're kind of, people don't know we're here. So ideally, we'll get better at PR, getting some assistance in that area. We have someone who's hopefully going to be good at that, Paul, and hopefully it'll be helpful. And doing things like to improve visibility, if people see that Rotary in Bastrop County is a big deal, then everything else will fall in order.
So if you just take that thought right there, public relations, public image, we have 3 of the best people probably in our zone for sure, and maybe in the U.S. on public image and public relations. That's Amber Scarborough, Patrick Harrison, and Pam Blankensee. They will, as a group and as individuals, we will make sure that they are working with you and help you develop for you the things that they can do from a website, from getting Facebook where it needs to be, getting your club website where it needs to be, and blast or whatever we need to do. I mean, those 3 people will be available to personally work with you guys on the PIPR part of it. Okay, so you're right, but we're going to be there as part of your team.
Another thing which you mentioned, which I had forgotten about for some time, is we had those people from the other club which disappeared, and there's always hard feelings in that kind of situation. Probably reasonable, I don't even know who it all was, but give them a call and say, hey, we're still around, Rotary's still good. Would you like to join us? And maybe a couple of those guys will rejoin. Sometimes it's...
Are y'all able to pull up, Michael, or I don't know who would be the one that does it, pull up off Club Runner your list of inactive Rotarians and also for the Cedar Creek Club?
Yes,
Can y'all do that? So
I
you
don't know
can.
about the Cedar Creek Club. We know who they were. Many of them transferred over. Some have dropped through the cracks. Some of them are no longer in the area. But,
so inactive are the ones that used to be Rotarians that no longer are. And there's emails, there's phone numbers. I would start calling them. I'd start contacting all those people. I mean, that's the best place to start. They know about Rotary, and they left for whatever reason, but their circumstances might be different now. They're waiting for somebody to call them.
A few of them went to the E-Club soon.
Classic thing is no one asked me. Assumed you didn't care.
That's it.
That's it.
You're exactly right.
many of those people are included in our friends email that also get information when we were having events. So I don't know if they're getting meeting notices anymore though.
Let me see what I can pull up, Michael, on the inactive from Cedar Creek, because they would have their list too, as far as,
Right.
you know, that were currently there, but those that dropped during the year, they probably have 100 people on their list.
Going to Michael's point is right now, when we send out the announcement for the meetings, we have all the members. You know, it costs us nothing, particularly with Zoom, to have anyone attend. So we can send a, you know, like Joan and Kent Bowles come in, but I have to physically add them in. So it should probably get more proactive as if you send an invitation, maybe they'll show up, but it costs nothing to try.
You talking about for your Zoom meetings?
Yes.
What you need to let us do, you need to let us help you get some international bigwigs to be as your guest speaker. I mean, why not get the president of Rotary International, who's housed up in Germany, to be one of your guest speakers on a Zoom meeting?
That's an inspired idea. I saw the thing in the Rotary magazine. He looks like an incredible guy.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how to contact him.
Well, we can do that. We can do that for you. That's all part of, you know, what we're going to be trying to help you with. The general secretary, board directors. We could line you up board directors for 3 months probably that would be willing to come in and present programs that you can advertise to get people to tune in.
Basically, interesting speakers to me is the key. One of the
That's
things that
it.
was mentioned at the PR session would be someone famous, and then Matt McConaughey came to mind. And
A lot of
Amberly,
times, Norman.
Not necessarily a draw
Yeah.
for everyone, Norman.
anyhow,
My
you need
wife would do that one.
anyhow, someone who would have some renown would be something to consider. But ideas for inspirational speakers with something to say, listen to would be fine. Just thoughts are that invited.
We also have recordings of some of the folks that were doing the Friday afternoon meetings.
Yeah.
And a couple of those were really inspiring, and being able just to run the recordings from those meetings would be great. I will find the ones that I liked best, Norman, and send them to you.
What would be good, Michael, would be, again, I have big hopes for Paul. And on our website, assuming there's no rights issues or something like that, is have a link, something of interest. For example, I can record this meeting, and if it was okay with, or publicize this, we have something interesting, in essence, by the website, costs us nothing, post MP4 videos of anything.
If you ever
do that on Club Runner too, but nobody's figured out how.
Basically, I'm not really a fan of Club Runner, but anyhow, Paul says he can do it, so I'll bug him some more.
if it can be done, Pam and Amber and Patrick can help you get it done. Plain and
Well,
simple.
we need some one-on-one help.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there, I promise.
Could I just interject a couple of things? You know, the problem doesn't stop today. It hadn't started today. And I'm curious, do you already have your president-elect? Because I'm already sending information out to all of my clubs regarding things. And I'm afraid that Bastrop County, I've tried to touch base with Susan. I've gotten no emails back from her. I have no connection to Bastrop.
I'm the president. This is Norman Jones. I'm the president-elect.
Okay, so Norman, I need to get your email so you and I can start connecting, because we've got things coming forward I want you to be included in so that we can get you moving for the next year. I'm not stepping on Rick's toes, but.
Can you not get into Club Runner?
Huh?
I mean, all of our stuff is in Club Runner.
Okay, because we went and looked for it and we couldn't find it. So.
Well, anyhow, basically that's another. Here's my email address very quickly.
Okay.
It's norm.jones@customtechnology.com.
Technology. Okay.
But I'll go in right after this meeting and put you in as president-elect if it's not already there.
Thank you, Rick.
I'll do that.
Okay.
In Club Runner.
So that way I will make sure that I have you and getting all your emails. Okay. Thank you very much. But, you know, I hate that you're struggling, because you have been such a fantastic club. And that's what Rick is saying. We're here. You just need to ask. We have the premier PIPR team in the USA, and they can help you with those programs. And I'm so excited. Norman evidently went to that PIPR program and you learned a lot. I know I learn every time I go. And so, you know, it is going to take effort to get y'all back up and going, but that's what we're here for. That's exactly what we're here for.
A classic thing to get like Amberly's help with, you know, or PR people, is what's the best way to publicize a project, like the Pastor Novice thing? You know, how do you do the Instagram and all that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if we have some visibility, use things like the Chamber of Commerce, we're essentially covert here, to be honest. And we got to correct that.
Yeah. Facebook and Instagram are the big things right now. Hi, April.
Hi, I need to ask a question. So I'm in the the I guess 35 to 40 demographic, and I'm going to be the membership chair this year. And what I struggle with is there are a lot of volunteer opportunities, and I'm part of other boards that I serve on. And this is the only one where there's quite a large expense to be involved. And so it's hard to recruit people, and especially in my age group that have young kids, to join a club that has such a large expense when they can join other service organizations where there's no cost. And so I don't know the best way to market the club, I guess. I'm part of it because of my work, and my work pays for it. Otherwise, there's no way that I could be a part of this organization.
Yeah, but since we've been meeting virtually, all we're getting billed for is our foundation dues and the we're not billing for lunch anymore. I forget what the last one was. It was less than $100.
No, and I agree, but this isn't going to be forever. It's going to go back to $800 a year, I would assume. Or is this virtual thing going to be? Is this going to be forever?
It's not going to be forever, but
Another year.
the meals is the issue. It's the issue, and that's what drives up the expense. It's going to be this way for some number of months, and we can have, other clubs have things like at-large members or pay-as-you-go. We've gone through the struggle and dues some time, and it's not an obvious solution, but
Well, we've kicked around a variety of options over the last 2 years and have come to no conclusion. In fact, there was one that year before last, the board turned down for whatever reason. So we really need to bring to the membership some options and let them deal with it, and just stop kicking the bucket down the road.
We're going to be after the board meeting, and I wish we could have had that today. But after the board meeting, this ad hoc committee, Monique Hodges is in charge of that.
What was the name again?
Monique Hodges. She was the zone membership person for several years, and she's really good at it. And we will be in contact with your club to come out and have a membership strategy meeting, and we'll roll out all these things I've been just kind of teasing you with and all that, and we will throw it out. We will show you what the package is. And there are some options in there, April, options for other ways to address your issue that we will talk about. I don't want to get into.
Look, we'll have a board meeting. Rick, we couldn't do it today because Amberly couldn't make it. You propose a day and a time, and it's probably good for us.
Okay.
And we'll report.
And it doesn't have to be on a Tuesday. It could be.
No. It's, hey, we're mostly, many retirees anyways. You propose a date and time A, and we'll probably adapt.
Okay, April, there's some other things that we can talk about, but it's a little bit too premature. Yeah, let's wait till after the board meeting. You don't mind?
No, that's fine.
But you're not the only. I mean, there's other clubs that are in the same exact boat.
A lot of clubs.
Yeah. I mean, it's a universal. That's a universal situation. You want to get the younger people, then you got to do something different. So we're ready and able to have those conversations with you.
Okay, and yeah, like Michael said, without the meal expense, you're right. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I would like to have some help in finding ways to recruit. I don't want to fail at this in this role. So
I agree with you, April. If we come up with a less expensive option, then we need to make sure that we can maintain it. And if we get people in under that option, that's the same option they get to remain in even after we are able to go back to meeting and eating.
Yes, ma'am.
Rick,
and there's other organizational things that could be remedies as well. So we got
Rick,
several things.
When you have your board meeting, if one of the PR team could just chime in by Zoom, that seems to be, to me, a key aspect, and that would be nice.
We can ask them.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll have somebody. But
Okay, good.
But it'll be after the board meeting, some period of time after that, when we have this committee talking to you, then the board meeting will set that conversation up, and then we'll have all the players lined up, and we will have more in-depth discussions about all that and get some actual goals for them to do working with you guys. So
Splendid. That sounds very good. Well, we'll look forward to participating in a
Trust
board
me.
meeting with you.
Trust me.
I'm sure.
Thank
Okay.
you for having me and having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sorry we went